Namaste. Om Shanti. Jai Sitaram. Let us relax. The first thing I say is relax. Sometimes we tend to think too much and our thoughts end up showing in our human body. Relax, Sarah. Thank you so much for joining. Relax yourself. Stay calm. Take a deep breath and remain peaceful. Sometimes it's an energy that we love, that we need all the time, but because we are amongst people, it's difficult to hold that peace, that love, that divinity, but yet it resides within us, right? Thank you so much for joining with me tonight. Tonight is a special program. We will do some meditation at the end of the session as well. Daniel, good night to you. Sylvie, while you're coming on, joining with me, I'm also interacting with you on a spiritual level. Some of you are a little bit worried about what's happening or what's going on in the world, but don't worry, because you chose to come at this present time. This is the most difficult time to be alive, but it's also the most powerful time to be alive. It's the most lessons we can possibly learn on this in this timeline. Sarah, you know what I'm talking about, right? Brittany, Sheila, thank you all to those in Guyana, those in Malaysia, in Indonesia, China, India. Thank you, and especially to my beloved friends and family in Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean. I know people from Barbados are watching as well. Thank you. You know, this week, it's a very powerful week for Hindus worldwide. And you know, Hindus believe that there are 33 million gods. There is a god for every occasion, as they say. But it's interesting because many people say Hindu gods look demonic, whereas in ancient times, before religion was created, it was these Hindu gods that people saw via their third eye, or you know, whether in person. They were so pure back in the day that religion wasn't needed. Swamis and Pandits had a job to do, and that job was only, not Pandits, but Swamis. And that job was only to read the astrological charts, letting them know when it's a good time to come together, when to marry. Back in the day, nobody used a ring, like a wedding band or a wedding ring. They used the sindoor, which is the vermilion, which is a red thing. You know, a lot of non-Hindus say they don't understand why you see some of these Hindu women, especially only Hindu married women, wear this sindoor whose husband is still alive. So I wanted to touch on that. Thanks, Sarah, for reminding me about that. But Hindu women wear this at the center of their forehead, and it represents fertility. It's called vermilion or sindoor in Hindi, and it's made up of it's red in color, and it's made up of turmeric and pure herbs. Nothing chemical is mixed within that. That proves that the woman is fertile, and she will be able to conceive, and also it shows that energy. At the center of your forehead, there is an energy point right here. And when you take that all the way back, when a husband puts his finger, his ring finger, and he puts it on his new wife's forehead, it signifies 7 lifetimes together. And once a woman is married and a husband puts that a sindoor on, or vermilion, and let's just say she gets married again, she's not allowed, her new husband is not allowed to, you know, put any of that on her forehead. So Hinduism, there's a lot of secrets and symbolism, and there's a lot of esoteric meaning behind every single thing that pertaining to rituals and meditation and all of that. And this week, like I said, is Navratri, which is the 9 nights of Durga, which you probably have seen. She has like 8 hands, and all of her hands, they're holding something, and she rides a lion. Now, if you look at the things in Egypt, you'll notice this lion and the way it is situated. That is because Durga Ma existed in the time of Leo. Again, every single thing pulls back to astrology. Ram Navami, he was in the time of Aries. See? So when they look at Ram, it's not really, his name is not really Ram per se. There are other names he's known as. But I just wanted to give you a little tidbit on that. And by the way, Ram Navami, which is the beginning, or the auspicious day of Sri Ram's birthday, as they call it, it's on April 17th, which happens to be the same time that Navratri will be ending. And Sri Ram is also known for coming back to Ayodhya after the war, and not the Mahabharata war, is a Ramayan war. But when he came back, he became king, and he ruled for thousands of years. And because back in the day, people didn't die at 50 or 100 years, they lived very, very long. The Buddhist text also says that. It's only in the Iron Age people live for 50 years and younger. Back in the Treta Age or the Silver Age, people lived for a very, very long time. So Sri Ram, he's remembered and worshipped for being such, like not just a powerful god who won over a demon, but he led by example. And then after that, you have Hanuman Jayanti, which is on April 23rd. For those of you who don't know, Hanumanji has like a monkey head, half monkey, and the rest is the human body. Again, the reason why Hindus depict half animal and half human, it is because to show that there must be a balance between animals and humans. I'm laughing because a lot of people who eat meat, they don't understand where that chicken came from, like chicken, right? It is believed that chickens originated from dragons, and they have the dragon blood in them. But I'm not telling you not to eat it. I'm just saying, all right? Bella, good night, Margaret June. I know many Hindus are worshipping this week, but for non-Hindus, remember, we have a lot of people from different parts of the world that are watching on, and we have to educate each other. I'm not a big Hindu per se. I don't do rituals and stuff, but I grew up in a Hindu home, right? Just as I grew up in Sanwan, which was mainly Muslim people. I went to mosque, and my friends from Santa Cruz were Baptists. So obviously, when there was Baptist school or Baptist classes going on, who was there? I was the only straight hair Indian there. But I always wanted to learn about religion and understand it further. So for those of you who are asking, why does Hindus have so many gods? So many, and some of them are like demonic in terms of Kali Ma. She is not demonic. She may be shown in her idol as or Murtis as demonic, but she isn't. Kali Ma is one of the most super powerful, beautiful deities, just as Durga Ma is. And for non-Hindus, we have to stop, try to understand someone else's religion without bashing them. So even though, we are living in one world, right? And that one world has one sun. Here's the thing with our sun. We have 33 million gods. Who is to say we don't have 33 million planets? I'll tell you more about that in a short bit. But now I wanted to talk to you about the sun. Have you all noticed that lately the sun, the brightness, how white it is? For some of you from, the 80s, 90s, 2000, do you all recall the sun being yellow? Yasho, yeah. she is Kali is there to destroy negativity, but that negativity is not outside, you know. That negativity resides within us. So coming back to the sun, when we look at the sun and we see it was yellow, and now we are looking at it, it's white. It's not even, you know, like a little tinge of yellow. It's fully white. And pretty soon, or in fact, some people are actually seeing it pink and red. Have you noticed the sunset is totally red? It's beautiful red, and sometimes there's a pink hinge to it, like it's pink and beautiful. Well, pretty soon we will be able to see blue. I know this may sound weird, but the sun will turn like blue around it. If it's not fully blue, it will turn, there will be like blue around it. Shiva Dabar, congratulations to your upcoming wedding, to you and your beautiful bride, Kavita. And also to Sheldon Singh and his family, to his beautiful bride. Yeah, so when you look at the sun and you are in awe of the colors, that it's red, it's pink, it's white, it was once upon a time yellow, and now what is she saying? It's going to be blue, aquamarine, and even a slight tinge of lilac or purple. You all will see these different colors. All of this represents the ending of the Iron Age before the New Age can begin. So there's nothing to be afraid of. Even Hopi Indians actually predicted the changing of the sun. So it's quite interesting that the sun will have to represent like all the colors of the rainbow. You know, I have to write a post on the rainbow as well. So the colors of the rainbow does not only represent like the 7 chakras within the human body, but it also will be shown not only in the sky, but it's going to be shown by like around the sun. Isn't that something? Yeah, Dheeraj, isn't that amazing? Like the sun is so white and so bright, and it penetrates inside the room. Even if you have thick curtains or you have blackout curtains, somehow or the other the sun is reaching inside your house, boy. It doesn't matter. Esther, Jai Sitaram to you too. Now here's some interesting things, because I know time is of the essence here, and I want to take some calls from you later. But I told you all that the eclipse on the 8th was fake. You all remember when I did my live on Facebook on April 8th? I said why I said that is because personally I did not see from my visions the sun and the moon coming together. What I saw was something else, and I told you all it had a red or a tinge of red and another color like fire and another color mixed, and that's what I saw in my visions. But I didn't see what they are saying is a solar eclipse, and I based my predictions on what I see via visions. All right, so it's interesting because even today I had a vision again of another planet will be seen in the sky. So you'll see 3 planets, the sun, the moon, and another planet. You'll see 3 huge things in the sky. Nisha Samaru, good night to you. Anna, good night to you as well. So we are going to see a lot of different things, and there's going to be a lot of changes. Here's the funny thing. I also mentioned about the war with Iran and Israel, but that's going to happen whether we like it or not. It has to happen because it's not the end of the world. It's a cleansing. Some people will remain and they will continue the human race. So it's just a cleansing. And it's good for cataract. I don't think so. You all have to be careful when you're staring directly at the sun. I'm wearing glasses today because of that sun. Back in the day, I used to meditate and stare at the sun directly, and this is what caused my eyes like this, you know, for me to wear glasses. Rachel Kansami, good night to you and your family. So here's the thing. So I told you all that the solar eclipse was a fraud. Lots of people on TikTok and other social media sites actually said it didn't make sense for these things, right? Now, lately, you've heard, well, anyway, before I say that, very soon, because of this April 8th so-called solar eclipse, NASA will say to you that they found life on Mars or life on other planets. In fact, the Pentagon just said that there's a mothership. I didn't make this up. You guys could read it yourselves. The Pentagon said that there's a mothership in the solar system that is sending mini probes to Earth. You see, they don't know. They already know. Watching from New York, Shamala, thank you so much. As well, Roshni. Long time no see, Roshni. Have a blessed night, you and your children and your spouse. Yeah, so the Pentagon says there is a mothership that is sending probes. You know, they said this after April 8th. So it's not like they don't know. They know, but they are bringing out the information right after a certain thing happened. Right? Then, to top it off, CERN found, you all know about CERN, right? The Hadron Collider that I mentioned in my live last week. They found a 4D ghost part in the particle accelerator. 4D ghost? Well, Mohani, good night to you. Stephen, blessed night to you too. Do you guys know what a 4D ghost in the particle accelerator means? How long have I been telling you all that a multiverse exists? And they are talking about entities that exist in a dimension beyond our three-dimensional reality. And years now I've been talking about a multiverse. That's because psychics can see, and spiritual or swamis, true swamis, yogis, saints, those type of people can see it. But I can see souls as if they are right here. And tonight we can even do that if you want. When you call, just ask a question and be specific about your question. But a multiverse exists, and these things can come. These entities can travel between our world and their world. So sometimes you're sleeping and you feel somebody poke you. You think they are coming from hell or from You'll see the gods and the goddesses too, who Hindus consider as gods and goddesses. They will appear like that. It's interesting, isn't it? It's very, very interesting. Nathan, yeah, good night to you. So it's interesting that the multiverse exists and souls exist right here, all along. Your loved ones exist not too far away. And years ago again, I remember saying to you, hey, there will come a time when you'll be able to wave to your loved one. You will be on this side of the spectrum and they will be on the other side. But technically, we are the ones who are on the wrong side, if you want to see. So for me, I think it's exciting because, hey, I wouldn't have to do any more readings because you all will become super psychic, super awakened, and you all will be able to see your loved ones yourselves. You all will be able to know things too, because this Hadron Collider, actually, it opened up, allowing energies to come and go as they please. It's not going to stop. It's going to be an amazing journey in the next couple of years, because CERN opened that up, you know, or I think it's HARP, I think it's also called, but they opened that thing a long time ago. For those of you who think it's just recently, no. They are only putting this information out after April 8th. Do you know why? Because of the energy that came between the sun and the moon, and it's situated close to us. And that's what I sense, and that's what I feel and see as well. And because of that, many people say it's Nibiru or Hoculobus or Planet X. But since that, you all will hear and see a lot of strange things. Now, did you all hear about the 35 high waves coming from from Cape Town, South Africa? I know South Africa is watching, so thank you all so very much as well. What about reincarnation? Our past loved ones, do they? Oh, that's something I can talk about, Seema, later on. All right. What can you tell us about the red heifer, Samir Ali? Well, they say it's they killed a red heifer. They actually had it made. It is actually part made in a lab because it's accurate and the date and the time. But have you noticed since they killed the red heifer, well, it's a cow, right? It's a heifer, and since they killed it, it's sacrifices they make, and then boom, there goes a war between Iran and Israel. So, Champa Gangaram, good night to you. So anyway, I was talking about this huge high 35 high waves that is crashed into the shore in South Africa. I mentioned to you all also that Australia will have huge tsunamis. Unexpected high waves will come upon each land. But right now, there is an anomaly in the water of the coast of Africa, which is like a huge blob. Have you noticed, guys? Have you seen where people are talking about that? Chandra Budram, good night to you. Shamila, good night to you as well. A huge blob in the ocean that is off, and they say it's a size. It came from Antarctica and it's larger than the size of Texas. It's 80 feet high and spanning 2,000 miles wide. So they're picking up this thing that is moving slowly, but they don't know what it is. They know what it is. They're just waiting for it to come closer. Is it a Loch Ness monster? Well, it's known as a serpent deity. And remember, they called that quote-unquote fake solar eclipse the serpent deity, or they call the rockets the serpent deity, or the mother of dragons. What if that is actually the mother of dragons that is heading towards shore? But don't be surprised, because Africa is not far from the Caribbean, you know. They all lie to us to make money with flights, but Africa is very, very close. And have you ever heard of Tiamat? Tiamat is a serpent or a dragon in the sea, or sea serpent, and she had multiple heads, like 7 heads. But Tiamat was known to bring chaos and destruction, and then she was known for creation and, you know, more awakening and stuff like that. Kyle, yeah, it's the beginning of well, it's not our destruction, but the world is too dirty. People, their thoughts are all over the place. Human beings are very, very selfish, and nobody's paying attention. We do have governments around the world, but even government officials are losing their handle on keeping people on track. So therefore, they will have to use AI or robots to control the human race, because human beings have become so messed up. If that's, you know, the great Mother Earth is part of Tiamat. Exactly, Christopher. Isn't that something? So that huge blob that is off the shore of Africa, I want you all to Google it, pay attention to it, because as that serpent comes up, guess what? More water is going to come on land. And as I mentioned to you before, Barbados, there's going to be a lot of flooding in Barbados, a lot of destruction in the Caribbean. I mentioned before that Tobago will, you know, unfortunately suffer similar fates to Barbados. You know, while I'm talking to you, I'm getting a vision of an earthquake coming. So bear with me, because I can see that, I can feel it, believe it or not. So it's like a 6.5 earthquake. It could be in Pakistan, Afghan, or one of the stands, or the Ring of Fire. So even though I'm here, I'm like in a multiverse. So I can also feel the energies and the vibrations in my heart. We are energy operating, you know, like I said, human beings are quite negative. And many people now are listening to low-level music or low-frequency music that is bringing them down lower and lower in their thoughts. So instead of thinking positive or powerful thoughts, they are actually thinking hateful or angry thoughts. And when they are driving, they are speeding and in and out of, not worrying about other drivers, they're just worrying about themselves. You know, so I think we do need a cleansing. Do you agree, Bernadette Roberts? I was reading about this. They said it's heading to America, but to the East Coast, right? Well, they lie a lot. You want to bet me they say it's heading to the East Coast, but wait 1 minute, it's going to head to the next side of the country or the world. So pay attention to this huge blob. And again, did it come from under the sea? Did they awaken? Did CERN awaken something? Remember I told you there are multi-layers in this universe. So yes, our Earth is hollow, but there's another planet within this very planet. There are two seas. So below this sea, there's another layer of ocean where there are humongous creatures that will automatically wash up very soon because of the energy shift and the magnetic shift, not the pole shift alone as per se, but the energy shift. And again, these things will be like, people will go like, wow, looking at the sun's changing into blue colors or blue hue, and then seeing 3 planets or the moon. And here's the thing with the moon. Have you noticed since April 8th, that solar eclipse, quote unquote, they lied, of course, people have become more mental. They have become more erratic, more abusive. That is because, again, they are operating at a lower level. And because of that, guess what? The moon, the moon is controlling our thoughts. That's just, right? The moon controls our thoughts. And the moon has shifted. Have you all noticed? And Nigel, of course, you can't trust any government because you don't know, right? Ambika, good night to you and your lovely girls. So the moon looks like a bowl in the sky, but it's dent. And think about it like this. There's soup in the bowl, and the bowl shifted a little bit. Well, the soup represents people's mind on earth, human beings, animals and stuff. And once that is shifted, what happens? People lose their balance, some soup fall out, and that explains why people are they are mentally unstable. They were, and now they are worse. All right, and that is the reason why I beg you all to meditate. Forget about what religion teaches you guys. Religion will have to collapse. They say what we are teaching in terms of chakras and kundalini is called occult. But the word occult actually means what? Secrets. Secrets from our ancestors. Our African ancestors practice Buddhism. Our Hindu ancestors practice. These are chants and magnificent energy healing. And they would know things without going into the book. So we have that ability. And we have to understand that. We have that ability. I also mentioned to you in the past that there were aliens living in Mars. Well, NASA will very soon say that there is life on Mars. But the entities or the species, I wouldn't call them entities, because they're not as bad as some human beings. But they live underground in Mars because there were wars. Once upon a time, there were wars. And these wars destroyed everything, like how it's happening here on Earth. And we will have to go into a bunker or under Earth or in a cemetery if we want to survive. Well, in Mars, those that species, they were like the Mongolians. Have you ever noticed the Mongolians are like 4 feet, 5 feet tall? And they are a bit different. Well, the species from Mars, that's how I have seen them in my visions. And they live underground and they survived from underground. So the probe that NASA is sending, and CERN is awakening, whatever CERN is doing as well, it's a probe to find life on Mars. And you want to bet me this week or next week they tell you, guess what, we found life on Mars, people. Whoa, we have competition. Now, those entities or species will not look anything like us. They, the Hindu gods and goddesses, if you all see them in real, you all may be afraid, but they don't look like that either. Their body is totally different, and I think it's quite interesting. The coming weeks and months, not just with this war, but I tell you, the coming weeks and months, look out for more news pertaining to space, to aliens, to this blob, this serpent that is from the ocean, that I believe is coming from below the second layer of the sea. And I believe it's a serpent, the mother goddess serpent. I always talk about aliens and weird stuff, right? And people say, you know, that doesn't exist. But then why, you know, and you look at the pyramids and you look at Egyptian cultures, they all depict all these ancient flying saucers and these ancient people with cat head. What if I tell you the cats, there's a species of cats living in another world? What if I tell you there's an octopus that it's humongous? They will catch one soon, like a real huge, like thousands of weight, you know, pounds. You know, yes, Nathan, meditation helps us to control our thoughts. Listen, if I was not on controlling my thoughts, I wouldn't be able to sit here. I would be like helter-skelter all over the place like I used to be, right? But I have learned that meditation and a peaceful way is the right way. Nobody could tell me that's demonic when the way I feel, the way I conduct my life, the way I am successful, I will have to say it's because I calmed my nerves and my peace is within me. Once that peace is within me, nobody could disrupt that peace. Even though they may try and they may get through, I have to remember I am a peaceful soul. You know? So Usha, you said you've been dreaming of aliens, but the aliens, I'm sure, they don't look anything like what you dream. There are demons, there are aliens, there are, you've heard about the Greys. I've talked about the Greys, the black eye aliens. I've talked about the blue ones. Have I spoken about the blue ones? The reptilians as well. And so many strange topics we have covered. All right. Yes, you will be able to see your pets when you cross over, but like I said, very soon that veil between the, you know, that other side and this side is thinning, and very soon you all will be able to see your loved ones, your pets, even your enemies who's asking for forgiveness. You all will be in shock what's coming. So I'm just trying to prepare you all for all the things that's coming, because that 4D ghost thing, I tell you, CERN found a 4D ghost in a particle accelerator. That means they're trying to tell you that the multiverse is here and it exists. They didn't just find that. They're just bringing that information out for you to prepare yourselves for something or like a major event. Just now you'll see spaceships flying back and forth. It'll be exciting, but it's also very dangerous. Have you all seen the movie Invasion? Well, I borrowed that movie from the library in New York, and I tell you, that was one terrifying movie, but it's also something I believe that can happen, where aliens can control and use us for food. All right? But I'm not here to scare you. Now, as I said before, and I have to hurry up because I see time is going, Iran's it's an all-out electric war or a technological war. As I said, we are energy in motion and we are also electric. And this war will include earthquakes. They will use earthquakes and dew or directed energy weapons against the enemy. I wrote about GPS malfunctioning, and they will do cyber attacks on different parts of the world. That's all expected. I mean, there are people from different parts of the world who they're asking me to do predictions on their country, personal predictions. But I don't mind. You know, like those in Canada, they want to know what's happening. I commented on my post today, so you all could check that. A lot of people who own a house in Canada will just become homeless. They will not be able to pay their mortgage. And in America as well, it's already happening. It's not going to get any better. In Canada, I see a situation where ocean or water is going to cause some problems in Canada. So you guys, please look out for that. All right. So yeah, you guys better be prepared, because the next 7 years is going to be a hell of a ride. Pamela, Sharks, is that Sharks Lewis? Thank you for supporting. Sarah Chaitra, Sunil Hamid, good night to you, brother. You know, yeah, so travel advisories will be issued for different countries. If you get a vibe not to go somewhere, my advice is for you to stay home, stay put. All right, but enjoy your life. Okay, war is war. Enjoy your life. Go have a drink, enjoy what you want to eat, do what you want. Don't let any earthquakes or anything stop you from living. All right, so yeah, Chandrika, good night to you. I want to take this opportunity again. Happy birthday, Anisa Chaitru and your daughter. A happy birthday. Shamila Samlal and family, thank you so very much. Also, congratulations again going out to Shiva Dabar on his upcoming wedding ceremony. And thanks to Vishnu Thomas, Shamila from El Dorado, Shamila from New York. There are so many Shamilas that are supporting us. Sita Carter, Sarah Burbel, and Shazad. You guys work so hard. Rachel Kansami, you and your lovely mother, Z, and your two lovely children, Tishana and Riyadh. You guys worked so hard on our last charity in Maruga. Mukesh and Arnold, Anil, and everyone who supported us, whether you did with your hands or you give something, that's a huge blessing. Just recently, I received a few hampers from someone, and it had some sausage and stuff like that. And when I touched the bag, I didn't take out the sausage, but I knew this person, she was Catholic. And she didn't ask what kind of, if we just give out food, meat and stuff. But when she bought the items to put in the bag, or she had the company put it in the bag, she did that with the thought of her mother. And her mother is sick. I don't know who this person is, and she doesn't know who I am. This was done through a third party, but it was a few items, like about 15 bags, but a little bit of items in each bag, and we actually made it up. And then we had another guy who gave us some items this week because of Navratri. And wow, I mean, you guys are amazing. Even though things are difficult in this country, you guys are doing your service, your duty, and for that I thank you. So on this Wednesday, Brother Anil and I and a few other members will be distributing those hampers to the families, more families in the Muruga district. On April 27th, we will be going to Mathura to donate hampers and hopefully some pizzas or doubles, snack bags, the whole works, So I want to commend you. I want to graciously thank you for supporting our charities and always being there to lend a hand or say a prayer and offer a good word of service. So thank you all for that. All right. And again, happy birthday to each and every one of you celebrating a birthday. Aidan Bisessa, happy birthday in advance, Aidan. All right. So as you guys, when you work diligently. There's no bickering and fighting. It's just a lot of laughter. Amy, we always enjoy it. We joke around a lot. I want to also thank Mahapata. This guy, he actually gives us sponge and pillow and towels and bed sheets, what he collects from his pujas, and he actually donates it. But he does it with such amazing energy that it's like, wow, people are so happy for that. All right, so I'll take some calls after we play another song. Now, I know it's a celebration of life and, but remember, Joey actually sang a new song this week again. And I honestly can't keep up. I am telling you, it's too many songs. But he's on a roll, the boy on a roll, I tell you. So it's what you want. So listen to it, the words. Have you still heard it? Check TikTok, you will hear it. Yes, Kyle. Been preaching it long time. Sarah, I'm sure you know it by now. Thank you, Bella. Thank you, Ria. So tonight we are giving out some Reiki sessions for locals and international. So tell me what you want from my life. That's all I know. So I know Joey's songs are copyrighted and Facebook will actually mute it. I sent them a message last month and I said, hey, that's my song, you can't mute it. But I don't know if they unmuted it. But yeah, he's all over TikTok, and Joey's, you know, listen, if you're a talented singer, and I've seen a young lady singing Indian songs and she sings beautifully, but she has been complaining that she lost her voice or her voice is hoarse, but yet she continues to do live videos singing live. She has to be careful because she could lose her voice for good. Do you know how many breaks and time out you need to take when you're a singer? There's another popular singer in this country, Trinidad and Tobago, who's also losing his voice. And I can hear it when they are singing because you remember my meditation was noise. Listening to Sassy and Joey perform and practice over and over. Right? So they put up the number, Sarah and bro. If you want a reading, Joey's handsome and smart. Thank you, Ashmir. I appreciate your love and support. Yeah, so if you're a performer, an artist or a singer, take breaks in between. Don't force your voice because I'm telling you, people are losing their voice, especially with Saharan dust in the air. I heard this beautiful girl singing and I felt sorry for her, but who am I to tell her? Don't force yourself. Take breaks in between. You know, it's a long thing. It's an energy thing. You need to breathe. Take deep breaths. Devika Arjun. Thank you so much, Devika. Your son, Deandra, is also very talented as well. And I would continue, to support him. And I hope he also comes out with something. So don't forget the numbers will be 264-1194 or 347-445-9778. Again, we are giving out a few free Reiki sessions via Holistic Wellness Oasis. That's Ria. So you could just send us a message via Red Chariot Foundation Facebook page, and we will, organize your free Reiki session with Holistic Oasis, Wellness Oasis. All right, so I'm reading some messages. I know the phone lines are totally busy because, and we will do some meditation in a short bit. All right, don't forget your emergency supplies because I mentioned last week on my prediction that they will start cutting cable wires from below the sea. And you need a flashlight, you need, a water bottle to keep in your backpack. You need some things, right? And speak up on one question per person. What's your question?
Hi, good night.
Good night.
My question is, I having a bit of a relationship problem with my kids and I would like some clarity, if you can please.
Sure. How old are your children?
Well, they are adults, they are married.
And what?
But I just want to tell myself, like, what I can do to improve the relationship.
Wow, I like that. Actually, are you ready for the truth?
Yes, I am.
The problem there is you.
Okay.
And you've always been the problem because you're not bossy per se alone, but you feel like they are your children and you must meddle. And because of that, they tend to push you away, and when they're talking to you, they tend to speak to you harshly. Is that true?
Well, sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. And when you bring up a conversation with them, they will say they don't want to hear it, or they'll block you out.
Well, no, not really.
I
I mean, no.
okay, you will say no, but honestly, the problem is you, because your children are living in the new age where they don't like anybody telling them what to do or how to do it, and you tend to put in your 2 cents every time, and I think that is what strained the relationship, because every time they call you, an argument will ensue, and because of that they tend to push you away. But there's a way for you to fix that, and it's very, very easy. Are you there?
Yes, so can you tell me how?
Well, first of all, you'll need to apologize to your children and ask your children to guide you when you're going wrong. You may not want to do that because, as parents, older parents, they tend to think, oh, the children are wrong and the parents are right. That's not the case. Sometimes the parents are wrong and they should take advice from their children. My children give me advice all the time. And I don't interfere in their personal life. Whenever I'm with my children, it's mostly old talk. It's never anything serious. Unless it's Joey talking about his music career or Sassy talking about her job. But with you, you tend to somehow interfere. And they don't like that. And a lot of East Indian parents tend to meddle. And that is something you need to kind of like say, you know what? Take a step back. And they may be making mistakes, eh? Believe it or not, I understand, because you may see that they are making mistakes and you will try to correct them, but then there's where the fight begins, the arguments. If they have to make mistakes, leave them to suffer. You suffer, right?
Yes, I do.
Right. I think it's only fair they suffer too, because their mistakes will be their lessons. And parents don't see it like that. They tend to think, I seen you going the wrong way, I'm going with the wrong man or the wrong woman. But you will tell them, but they'll still go with the wrong man or the wrong woman, not so?
Yes.
Yeah. And is that one of the problems you're having?
Well, actually, they are married and they moved out from the house, and they are living with the in-laws.
And they don't tell you a lot that is going on, right?
Well, sometimes, not all the time.
Right. Try not to meddle too much. And don't pick up, for your child, whenever your child calls and say it's their spouse's fault. No. Try to be open and say, whatever this situation you both are going through, try to work it out. And you keep a distance. Because sometimes meddling too much will cause them to dislike you. And they will try to block you off. But I believe you love your children wholeheartedly. They love you too. They see you as their goddess. But sometimes you talk too much now.
Okay.
And when you say too much, whatever you mean to say, it gets lost in transmission. If that making any sense.
Yes, it is.
And you are a very intelligent woman, and I believe that you will take my advice, and I know you will work on creating a bond again with your children, even though they're grown up. My children are grown up, but yet in my eyes I see them as babies, as kids. As long as mothers live, I think that's how we look at children, right?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, but you have to leave them to make their mistakes.
Okay.
Right? Just try not to meddle too much, and work on your relationship with them. Don't interfere too much. If you know what I mean.
Yes.
All right?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck with that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You see, sometimes parents don't like to hear the truth. A lot of old people especially, they don't like nobody telling them they're wrong. Mind you, they're wrong their whole life, eh? I know quite a few, and they do all the talking. They don't give their children a chance to speak or to express themselves. And I think that's the difference with when you live in America for so long, like myself. I watched other American parents, how they interacted with their children, and I learned from them. Back when I was growing up, I don't think my mother ever spoke. I think she yelled. Every time that woman would be yelling, I don't remember hearing a soft voice from her. Because probably I was always doing something wrong. You know, but yeah, don't forget the numbers. But I see people are asking for readings here. Shamir Mohammed. Wow. Shamir, you have to watch for something with hearing or not paying attention or forgetting. All right, there's some issues you're having there with balancing, or you may feel dizzy a lot. Okay, just say yes or no. Okay. Sintra, I see sadness, a lot of tears or crying, problems with relationships as well, and there's a lot of sadness around you. Just let it go. Just learn to release. All right. Cheryl Joseph, your 13-year-old son, he's not that bad. It's just that he could be following some different companies. I do hope you don't have him behind the video games, because that's very, very dangerous. All right, that's like a weapon in their hands. All right. Indira Williams, you're very kind, Indira, but you have an attitude. Sometimes I'm sure people around you say you have an attitude, fix it. We all have an attitude. That's normal with women, right? Is this Yamina? Okay, Yamina. Tired. You're very tired. You're very frustrated. Sometimes you wonder what you're doing here, and you put your hands on your head like, oh my God, I wish things could be better. Now, people are asking, how am I able to read WhatsApp? And how am I able to read somebody via... I don't need your voice anymore. Why? Because I try to live on a frequency or balance on a frequency, if that's making any sense, on a higher frequency all the time. But let me tell you again, it's real hard. I was in Port of Spain yesterday, and I saw some really retarded driving. You know, they were driving erratic again and speeding and racing each other until one van hit a car. So that can make you lose your balance. But again, I try to stay grounded, and you know, I listen to people who criticize me. I take criticism well. I would like to think so. And my children are my guru. I said that. Even though they're younger than me, they are the ones who teach me to be who I am, or they are the ones who taught me to be who I am today, who continue to teach me. Cheryl Sookdale. Cheryl, you need to be careful again with your chest area. There's some issues there. Now, I can't do for everybody, so bear with me as well. So I'm trying to go quickly for this. Rano Singh. Oh boy, Rano, you have to watch for problems with your neck. High blood pressure. Later on, watch for problems with your knees. And like blood flow. Anything to do with the blood flow. Alright? I see my phone is going down there. So, Shoma, you are very nice. You're a nice person. You're very kind-hearted. You want to do more with your life, but you feel like stuck. You know, try to get out of that. I feel like that's a planetary thing, but you can get out of it. Take some deep breaths when you get off the bed. You think too much. By the time you get off the bed, you're tired. So you think a lot while you're on your bed. Try not to do that. When you wake up, take 3 deep breaths. And this goes for all of you. Take 3 deep breaths. And then you release, and then you get off with whatever breath let's say your left breath, you get off with your left foot off the bed. If it's your right breath you're breathing, you get off with your right foot. All right. Navita Swaha. My brother, please. What do you want to know, Navita, about your brother? Just message back again. Again, the numbers would be 246-1194. That's 868. First time callers as always. All right. Don't forget, if you share the live, if you support Joey, even if you support Joey, I'll give you a free Reiki session with Holistic Wellness Oasis. Thanks to Holistic Wellness Oasis. Even if you live in the US or live anywhere in the world, under the sea, up in the sky, you know, like SpongeBob under the sea, you can get a free Reiki session. I'll give out a few, just a few minutes. Shivani Mahabir. Money. I see the issue with money, or you think a lot about money or finances. All right. Sarah Chaitram, you just won a free Reiki session. Please contact us via Red Chariot for you to receive your free session with Holistic Wellness Oasis. And also, if you would like to support us on our charities, please contact us via Red Chariot Foundation Facebook page. As I said, since COVID, I haven't done any live one-on-one readings. I haven't really decided to start back either. But phone readings, sparingly. You know, I have to spread it out. I'm getting kind of older. All right, but I also enjoy doing more charities than doing readings. Because again, with meditation and energy awakening, spiritual awakening, you all will need me. And that's the whole point of me being here. You know, just do without a psychic, do without a tarot reader or an astrologer. Learn to do this yourself. All right. Doi Munu, Doi, you are very kind-hearted. You're such a sweetheart. I see grandchildren around you. Doi Munu, you have just won a free Reiki session with Holistic Wellness Center, Oasis. All right, so please contact us as well. Yeah, Cheryl Sukdeo, I understand the relationship issues. That's why I mentioned it to you before. But you see, sometimes people stay in relationships because of material things or children. I can't tell you what to do, but I'm not seeing that getting any better. All right? I don't see your situation at home, Cheryl, so you getting any better. Maybe some counseling will work, and maybe you trying to think about your own future and how well you can, you know, fix it. All right? Let's see who's calling. If you called before, please don't call back, because it's not fair, you know, to other people that they are calling as well, and they are not getting through, right? So please give other people a chance. I'm begging you, because a lot of people say, but I was calling you and I wasn't getting through, and how unfair that is. All right. Now don't forget, contact the RCF Red Chariot Foundation Facebook page if you want the free Reiki session, and it's a gift from compliments of Holistic Wellness Oasis. All right. Dan Kumari Hussein, your mother-in-law she may be having a lot of problems with her leg as well, and also might have a slight infection. My advice is for you to take her to see a doctor. All right. Who else? Rose Morales. Rose, you're a very nice person. You are a kind-hearted person, but sometimes people don't take you seriously. You know, maybe you give off a wrong kind of vibe, but you're a very nice person. Luana, how old is your son? Luana, because there are certain things I like to talk about, and then there are those that I don't want to, you know, business people, you know, people, I don't want to discuss people's business. Devika Mahadev. Wow. You're a sweetheart, Devika. You pray a lot. I see you praying, but then your mind is wavering. It's all over the place. It's all over the place. Why is that? Sally Maharaj, a reading for you. Sally, sad. A lot of sadness surrounds you. And you just need to, again, take some deep breaths. All right? Prema Augustine. Prema, something with your lungs or breathing issues that you have to look out for. Okay? You know, a lot of people say they wish they were psychic or they wish that they could do this, but you all have the ability. You know what hold back a lot of people from becoming spiritually, and I'm not spiritually enlightened, just so you know. I have my issues, all right? A lot. But what keeps people back from their spiritual journey is attachments. Attachments to things, to material wealth, to people, to jobs, to money. That is what hold back a lot of people from getting that. It's okay, you must have a job, right? You have to deal with the human race, but that doesn't mean you have to be attached. I always say I love Sassy and Joey, Celine, I love my children, but I am detached from them, you know? So they have to learn their own lessons. Today, a mother messaged me and she said, "Sister, my son is suicidal." And I said, let him talk to me immediately, because he's not going to leave the planet like that. If you are suicidal or you know someone who is suicidal, put some sense in their head. And if you need to reach out to us, contact us via Red Chariot Foundation Facebook page. All right? Princess Devi, Nandra Singh. Wow. Money and also emotional baggage. A lot of emotional baggage that you're carrying for a young person. You need to cut that out because you're too young for that. Okay, let's see. Marie Brazo. There's something to do with a child and energy around a child. And you question if God is really listening to you. You all could say yes or no, you know. It's fine if it's no, you know, but Marie, you have an issue with something to do with if God is questioning you and if God is seeing your problems. Yeah, God is seeing your problems. Shamin Niwala, that name sounds familiar. Shamin, confused. Very, very confused about certain things or decisions that you need to make. And you need to understand yourself, but sometimes you get confused with your own self. Sumin Bharat. Whoa, Sumin. Either you eat fast, you think a lot, you talk a lot, and you eat really fast, that you're gaining weight. And you can't seem to lose it, Sumin. You're very kind-hearted. You would give without question. You're such a nice person. But you tend, your mind goes too quickly. So it's like fast. You know, zoom in, thoughts too much. All right. Narissa Maharaj. I feel like you have some problems, some issues. I'm not seeing your pictures, or I don't know who you all are, right? But thank you for joining with me tonight. But yes, Narissa, there's some issues there that you need to work on as well. Savitri Rampasad Das, is that it? Savitri, you've been gaining some weight and there's some issues with your tummy. There's also some problems with your lower back that will cause problems with your legs and your feet. Okay. Mahindra Raghunanan. Mahindra, you're very kind. I see you with something in your hand, like a bracelet or something in your hand. And you expect to succeed, and you go all out for your success, for you to be successful. You know, guys, it's getting late. As I said, sometimes it's nice for callers as well. So please call. The numbers are there. Also, again, reminder that you need survival items. Please contact 376-3930. I know there are those watching in India, the time difference, or Africa as well. There's a big time difference, but you can go back and watch it as well. Kavita Ramprasad. Kavita, your health is relatively okay, you know. There may be some mucus built up, some infection or mucus built up. That's something you have to watch for. So you guys, it's getting late. And like I say, I appreciate your support and your energy is always with me. Thank you so much. But like I said, we all have 7 major chakras. All right. The colors are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and indigo, and also indigo or like lilac or purple hair, which represents a crown chakra. And once we use those chakras to energize ourselves with the Ida and the Pingala, and then the Kundalini or the Shishnama is in the center. It's very, very powerful to know. Don't go and let anybody touch your head and your back and they tell you they're awakening your Kundalini. It don't work like that. And be careful of people touching you and stuff. Alright? So let us, tonight, like I said, it'll be nice to do some more readings, but I prefer talk to people as well. Do you all agree with me? Meditation is the key. It absolutely is the key. So like I said, we are in this energy field. Think of it as like a light white ball of energy. Within that ball is you and your loved ones. Even if your loved ones crossed over, their soul is still connected to you in a certain or particular way. Now, once you read or you energize yourself with light or diya or a candle, then that energy manifests in powers like spiritual energy. And with that, guess what? You become in time enlightened or awakened, spiritually awakened. So the chakras in the system, they all represent something. And like for example, the red or the root chakra represents grounding, stability and stuff like that. But a lot of people are not grounded or stable and they have no survival instincts. They see somebody coming to them and they just like put up their hand like, oh my God. You need to balance that. And the way to do that again is to be calm and just believe in a higher force, a supreme being, whether it's Christ consciousness or Krishna consciousness or Allah, right? Think of that sun hitting you at the top of your head, and that sun is energizing you. All right? Rachel, thank you again. Sita Carter, Doreen Singh, thank you so much for the lovely present. She gave us a calendar with pictures of the Red Chariot members and stuff doing service. Again, we are working with the police officers from the Mathura police station and the Toko, the Sangli Grande police station on April 27th. So if you want to donate anything or if you would like to, assist in any way, please contact us via Red Chariot Foundation Facebook page. All right. It's nice when you give. You don't expect anything back in return. I always say, I don't want anything. I don't need anything. I'm fine. If you want to give something, give fruits and vegetables as gifts. All right. But just know we ain't going to have any house. None of us will have a house. All right. So as again, continuing after the root chakra, we have the sacral chakra, which is the orange, which is right below the navel, and that represents creativity, emotions, and passion. So somebody, just now I said their navel, their emotions, it's blocked. It's completely blocked. That's Sarah, yeah, that give it a clean, pure heart. That's true. What we do is we enjoy doing that. Some people rather pray and go to temple. That's nothing wrong with that. Or to church, right? So are you guys ready for some meditation? I want you guys to understand this. I want to give out another Reiki session. Ronald Barley, congratulations to you. You have received a free Reiki session from Ria or Wellness Oasis. She's going to give you a free Reiki session. I do hope you can meet up with her next week as well, sometime soon. Nathan Shaman, don't forget, if you're in Brazil, I know people from Brazil and other parts of the world are looking on, and you also can get a free Reiki session. So don't worry if you're not here, you'll get a free Reiki session. All right. Kuva, yeah. Cameroon, thank you for joining. Nathan, you win a free Reiki session. I would recommend you get a Reiki session because you have that energy already, Nathan. It's within you. All right, Luan, did I just did a oh, for your 4-year-old son, which your 4-year-old son is acting or overreacting sometimes. Luan, he's spoiled. He's very, very spoiled. If the doctors say he is autistic, I would recommend you get a second opinion, especially for parents who are spoiling their children. Now they are labeling them as you know, autistic or something else wrong with them, and that time is nothing, you know. That time is you know, it's just problems with the parent, nothing else. All right, so don't forget, winners have to Reiki winners, please call us via contact us via our Chariot Foundation Facebook page. Again, continuing, so I wanted to sing a piece of to close off because it's getting late. Are you guys ready for meditation? Please let me know if you're ready. Okay, so we will do some meditation and then I'll sing the Durga chant and you will sing it along with me. My voice is hoarse after talking for over an hour, but I'll certainly try. Relax yourselves. Think of a flower or a tree in the near distance, like not too far. In front of you, you are in this beautiful savanna or park. In this distance, you see a poi tree. As you walk towards that tree, you are amazed at the beauty it beholds. You are experiencing something that is like this tree is calling to you. As you walk closer and closer to this tree, you are seeing how beautiful this tree is. Walking towards this tree, every footstep, you can hear your footsteps walking in the grass, bare feet. While you're looking and walking towards this tree, you feel like all your problems are being shifted. Like it's being released from your back. It's being left back and you're not looking back. You are admiring this poetry that you are not running to, but walking towards while releasing tension, negative vibrations and energy. While you're admiring this tree, you say, wow, I feel a lightness. I feel peace. I wish that I can be sitting under this tree. And even though you're walking, you feel like this tree is calling to you. Come, my beloved child. Come and partake of the flowers, the fragrance of this tree. Come and sit beneath my shade where we can be together. And while you are closer and closer to this tree, you tend to smell the aroma. You feel like the breeze is on your hair, and you just walk, and with your hands open, you release that tension. You gently sit with your legs crossed below this poi tree. It's yellow, beautiful yellow flowers. Have you seen it? Doesn't it look beautiful? While you're sitting under this tree, your head goes up to the tree and say, my goodness, isn't this pretty? Isn't this beautiful? Why can't I be beautiful inside like this? And you ask yourselves, why can't I be beautiful like this? Why can't I be peaceful like this tree? And while you're there, you realize that all of a sudden, you just feel this sense of calmness overpowering you. You take a deep breath and you relax and you release. And now you feel as though you are one with this tree. And while this tree is giving you off this energy, you say, wow, is this what meditation feels like? Is this what peace of mind feels like? This tree is standing firm and tall in the middle of nothing else. It's not bothering anybody. And whatever birds and other animals, they come and they enjoy this tree. And guess what? You are now partaking of this beautiful tree. And while you're sitting there, your thoughts go on your loved ones. Think about it. I want you to go along with me on this journey of this poetry and you, and how much benefits this meditation technique can do for you. Ria, I can see you practicing it. Sita, Carter, I can see you working on yourself. You think of your loved ones who's not close in any way, but they're home. Maybe your loved one crossed over. And you smile and you say, okay, they are put there for lessons for me to learn. They have to teach me something, and that is the reason they are here. And you send that beautiful light of energy. All of a sudden, not just the poetry is yellow, but your entire being is like the Buddha. It's covered in a yellow light, a light filled with pure energy. Oh, the brightness of this light. And you're not sweaty, you're not cold, your breath is smooth. You can even taste the coolness in your breath. And here it is, you are just going, I feel so peaceful. I feel so light. Debbie, I know this is something that you're working on. And I feel that energy around me. Even when you're cooking, have that silence. Don't let anyone disturb you and talk over your food. Try to cook with that peace. It's a very auspicious week, this week and next week. Every day is an auspicious day. But with this meditation, you don't need anything else. You just need to stay still and relax. And whenever you're drinking water, you ask the universe to bless this water before you partake of it. Whenever you're eating anything, you ask the universe to bless this food before you partake or it gets into your system. Because now, food, water, everything is light. Every single thing is energy. And once we learn to balance and align our energies through practice and meditation, our energy will work for us, and this energy will give us an overall experience of joy, peace, and solitude. Just remember that we are beings of light, and we need to have harmony in our mind, in our body, and in our spirits. So we cannot let go of who we are and where we came from. That energy is energizing, just like the tree. Standing straight. Look at the candlelight. I've always taught you and told you, look at the light when it's lighting. If it's dancing back and forth, your thoughts are dancing back and forth. But if it's one line, like Dulari sent me a message showing me her picture today, the light was one pointedness. Meditation is such as that. One pointedness. You all are blessed. We are all blessed to have this human body, to have this spirit, to understand why we are here and why we came together. Let us enjoy that dance, that cosmic dance, because the world is not ending. It just needs a serious cleansing. Alright? So, again, I want you to sing along with me. I'll sing the verse, and you sing the chorus. Are you with me? I hope so. Are you guys ready? Once again, I want to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you. And we will continue to give out free Reiki sessions. Thanks to Oasis Wellness Center. Thank you so much, Ria. I appreciate your love and support. The enlargement to each and every one of you. Thank you for being there. Thank you for your prayers. I know tomorrow I'll read all your pictures, your images on Facebook, I promise. 101. Okay? And let us learn to experience that peace. It's not just for tonight, but when you're alone and you're sipping your tea or you're eating, try to eat in silence. Try to drink that water or juice or coffee by yourself. Don't put the phone away. Just put the phones away and sip your coffee, and don't let anyone disturb your peace. Your peace is part of who you are. If you don't have any peace, my friends, then you don't have anything. You're part of the world that is jumbled up, and that's what we need. So it's a Hindu prayer. It's a prayer to the goddess that is asking for peace and happiness as well. And right now Hindus are worshipping Durga Ma and Kali Ma and all the other gods and goddesses, because the goddess Durga, Mother Goddess Durga, is seen as a sign of power and protection. And she was incarnated actually to fight a demon, and she was incarnated as a female deity to fight a male demon. And I'm not saying anything more on male demons and stuff like that, but she was the only woman who could have defeated that demon, and with that we give her thanks. And now she's seen as a fierce warrior goddess, like many of you ladies out here today. So don't give up, never give up. All right, for the lady who's going through relationship issues, many people are going through that, I understand, but don't give up. All right. Now, if I don't speak Hindi, but if I'm saying the words wrong, please forgive me. Okay? You know this song, right? Are you guys ready? Thank you all so much, so much for being here and being supportive as well. Om Shanti. Let us close with this prayer. Even if you're non-Hindu, it's okay, because it's an energy that touches your heart. Okay? It touches your entire being. Your entire being. Are you all ready? Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvata Satike Trambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Sarva Mangala Mangalye Sharanye Trambake Gauri. Join with me, please. Mangal Mangalye Shive Sarvata Satike Sharanye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Sarva Mangal Mangalye Shive Sarvata Satike Sharanye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Mangal Mangalye Shive Sarvata Satike Sharanye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Sing it with me, please. Even if you don't know the words fully, in your soul, take a deep breath. Relax your body. We are life. The rest of the universe is looking to us to support them. Shive Sarvata Satike Sharanye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Sarva Mangal Mangalye Shive Sarvata Satike Sharanye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Sarva Mangal Mangalye Shive Sarvata Satike Sharanye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Sarva Mangal Mangalye Shive Sarvata Satike Sharanye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Sarva Mangal Mangalye Shive Sarvata Satike Sharanye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते सर्वमङ्गल। ओम शांति, ओम शांति, ओम शांति। सात्विके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते।